Welcome back, everyone, to Pontus Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 2, Episode 6 of Game of Thrones Risk, and we are playing our Fire and Blood episode. I've been doing some readings from this. We're going to do House Highgarden right now, and I thought that was interesting because they talk right in the beginning about, it says, even the start date of Aegon's conquest is a matter of some misconception. Many assume wrongly that the reign of King Aegon I Targaryen began on the day he landed at the mouth of the Blackwater Rush, behind the 3 hills where the city of King's Landing would eventually stand. So Blackwater Rush, here's King's Landing. Blackwater Rush is here. So this is like the area where the Targaryens used to rule. Let's see if we get the Targaryens to go back to King's Landing and Blackwater Rush in our game. That sounds like a good goal. But not so. The day of Aegon's landing was celebrated by the king and his descendants, but the conqueror actually dated the start of his reign from the day he was crowned and anointed. Oh, the Starry Sept is in Old Town by the High Septon of the Starry Sept, the High Septon of the Faith. The coronation took place 2 years after Aegon's landing. So he was coronated in Old Town, and we will have our Highgarden House Tyrell faction sort of play this turn. So let's jump into their setup. We can, if you guys could go check out our links below. We've got the links to our bookstore below. Helps us support the channel, as does your liking, subscribing. I think all of that is the way we can get up to 1,000+ subscribers. I'd like to start doing some live streams. So help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, as you guys may know, we're expanding off of YouTube to some of the other alternate platforms. You know, if you're into the whole crypto thing, go check us out on Odyssey. We're on Rumble. We're on BitChute. We're slowly migrating the content over to all those channels as well. So we should be everywhere. So pick your favorite platform and you'll find us. So we're also on Instagram, and as usual, leave comments below. I would love to hear from you. So let's go look at House Tyrell's setup. First of all, they got a Maester card that's a sworn sword. Play at any time, adding knight to a territory you control. Wow, that's kind of cool. All right, they can just do that anytime. They also have 2 objective cards. In addition to their catapult, they've got control 1 region and control 11 castles. Well, they've already got 1 region controlled. Oh, but they've lost their region, right? Maybe they can win the region back to get that. I think control 1 region and control 11 castles might be a stretch for them. But let's see how they do. Tyrell has 4 characters. And oddly, one of them is Baratheon, but it's by marriage, right? So we have Renly Baratheon. And he was promised to Marjorie Tyrell at one point, I believe, right? And then there's Loras Tyrell, his friend. And then we have Brienne of Tarth, everyone's favorite Marjorie, right? So Marjorie's talent is you may force an opponent to re-roll 1 die once for the battle. That's a pretty good one. Let's try that one. Oh, and then Brienne of Tarth can replace all 6-sided dice with 8-sided dice during an invasion. Let's go for both of those. Those sound great. So we'll get Marjorie and so let's kind of go ahead and get their reinforcements set up. So first off, we'll get their pieces on the board. They lost a few territories last round, but let's have them make up for it. And I will put the coins for them. So first off, they get their reinforcements of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're going to divide that by 3. They're going to get 2 reinforcements only. So they got to use those wisely. They also get 200 coins in addition to their 500 that they have. So they're in a rough spot. I think they're going to use every trick in the book. So they will use Brienne's 8-sided dice trick and Marjorie's trick to force the enemy to re-roll. Let's strategically put them on they need to have, for their victory condition, let's put the victory condition on here, control one region. I think that's going to be plenty of work for us, right? Control one region. So let's try to conquer the Mander, Blackwater Rush, and Sea Road Marches. So let's just put these on High Garden here. And then we can move up to the Sea Road Marches. So our first attack will be Sea Road Marches. We've put down the dice for Brienne. So let's give her, she can replace her dice with, so instead of 6-sided dice, she can use 8-sided dice. And I will give her this other 8-sided dice as well for the 3. So they're going to attack from High Garden to the Sea Road Marches. They only have one. The enemy only has 1 there. So this will be all these, even though that's a black die. So this will be for Tyrell. This is for, and 3 and 2, they get a victory. So let's move this forward like this. We'll put they're actually against House Martell here. So let's go again to the Blackwater Rush from the Sea Road Marches. Again, 3 and 1. We get an 8 and a 6. So the Sea Road Marches. And now we're going to go from Storm's End. We'll go from Storm's End to the Mander. Again, it's all House Tyrell versus House Martell. So the Mander is going to get 2 dice. And remember, this 8 is actually a black die. So this is 8 and 3, 5 and 2. So it's 2 from the Mander. Keep going. Brienne of Tarth, Marjorie Tyrell. Marjorie gets to have them for any battle 1 reroll, a 6 and a 5, and a 4 and a 2. Let's have them reroll this 4. This is Marjorie's power, and she gets a 6 still, so it's 1 and 1. It's okay. Take this one here for now, and just so I don't have to cash in that one. And then finally, one last roll. They're down to 1 die. We can still roll the 3 dice. 8 and 1. This is a black die, right? So 8 and 1. They can move from Storm's End to the Mander. And now they've successfully taken back. They've successfully taken back the region of the Reach. So they've pushed the Dornish out of the Reach. I will put Marjorie and Brienne back in the... and they also get their 1 victory point. Let's see if they can keep pushing to control 11 castles. How many castles do they control right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think they should stretch it too far. They're already stretched pretty thin, so let's give them their victory. And so they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They only have 7 territories, though. And then they've got 1, 2 ports. And they've got cities, 1, 2, 3, 4 cities, 4 castles, and just the 1 victory point. So they are definitely in the last place here, but it's still early. They get to have a get to pick for conquering. They get their territory card. They've got a catapult again. They do have to control 11 castles. Let's have them buy some more territory cards and maybe another Maester card for their next turn. And in our next round will be round number 7. And we've made it now through every house. We will end up with the Slaver's Bay house. This is the final team to have played. We'll go after Slaver's Bay, and we will continue in turn 7. So thanks for watching, guys, and let's jump into it on turn 7. See you in the link. Take care. Bye-bye.